come at last. I'd no doubt you'd find your way to us, not after witnessing your bravery. I know you seek answers. I'll tell you what I can. Godwoken.
This may do some damage before it breaks forever.
Gareth pauses.
My friend, the Voidwoken feast on us. There is no longer a divine to channel the will of the Seven. A new one must rise. Only a Godwoken, blessed with the blood of heroes, may ascend to divinity. But few are left. We knew of one, Verdas. He is why we came here. There were others, but they fell like crab apples from their branches. Someone else looks for Godwoken.
You have spoken to a god.
Gareth stares intently, not so much at you as through you.
Yes, I see something there. She was imprisoned on the Lady Godwoken. We'd just landed on shore. She had horror. The Lady Vengeance is still anchored there too. Well, I had a plan. Gratiana told me of weapons that could counter these shriekers. Purging ones that steal source from its host. I went to that armory looking for one of these wands, but Alexander's bootlickers stumbled in first. I found nothing but dust. We've got to find a way to silence those shriekers. If we do that, the Lady Vengeance is ours. Freedom is ours. I can't imagine anyone. See Gratiana. She knows every songbird and blade of grass on this isle. I'd go myself, but she seems, shall we say, dissatisfied with my recent failure. The Lady Vengeance waits offshore, ready to sail for a righteous cause. Find a purging wand. Alexander's shriekers will rot. We'll turn the tides, my friend.
I pray you will strengthen their spells and set their blades aflame.
It's good to see Gareth
I
safe
pray
and
you
sound.
will bless their armor, so no curse may pass it.
Before you stands a figure wrapped in cloth.
Armadia's blessings, child. So you are the one who returned Gareth to his flock. I am Gratiana, priestess of Armadia, and keeper of this shrine. Sacred Armadia, it has been her will. Alas, I fear for them. Armadia has not gifted me the grace to heal, nor the strength to fight. There is nothing... Perhaps you are right. I told the Seeker that the soul-forged weapons of Brachus Rex remain hidden in a vault, but the Gareth failed to reach the armory in time. But there is another vault, hidden beyond the Magister's guile. If you can steal away these weapons, your friends may well stand a chance. But beware, such items are of limited power. If they cease to function, speak to me. I will be able to help. Its entrance lies on a beach to the north of this shrine. Beware. But you'll do well to find the door. It is hidden by trickery and guile. Brachus's necromancers forged it, and he made sure they took its secrets to their graves. Armadia's blessed. This vault also contains relics of great power. Soul jars. If you return these to me intact, I could make an offering of them to Armadia. Her blessing could save Armadia's blessings. And? Have you found them? Did you bring... They reside in a vault. Brachus had his favorite necromancers design a vault in which he could hide his most precious...
Amidst the placid rivulet stream, you feel peaceful in her presence, soothed somehow by an intangible comfort. As you gaze upon her love, a voice seems to reach you from within your mind and from the furthest reaches of the stars. Its whispers, the voice grows.
My children, my children. Gone are my children.
You feel an overwhelming sense that she's at attention, listening to the gentle thrum of your pulse. Suddenly, a shudder passes through the rhythm.
My child, weep with me for the mother who has lost. Weep with me and bathe.
You feel the goddess's presence surround you, feel her nestle you tenderly, like a mother. The intensity of her embrace deepens. Never since the unremembered days of childhood have you been so enveloped in maternal safety.
Coffee.
My child, I love you. My own, my own. I will guard you. Wander where you will, and cherish the kiss of Amadia.
As suddenly as it came, the voice is gone, and you wake from its presence as if from dream-filled slumber. The pond now shines with an inner light, and standing in its waters, you feel rejuvenated, pure, as if born anew.
May they have the wisdom to return them here. May they be granted the strength to do what must be done. By Armadia's grace, what did you do? This is incredible. In all my years, I've never seen the goddess bestow her blessing on someone. I am humbled to be in your presence. Truly, we are blessed to know you. If Armadia favors you, that is all I need to know. Go in peace. Is it about the soul jars? Be quick! What news do you bring? Did you find them? Go in Armadia's grave.
You didn't bruise your head. Well done, my lad. It's my honor to
Divine
serve you,
blessings.
sir.
It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
Gratiana, my newest and oldest.
The beast of the sea. Stories of your beard alone fly across Riverland like flocks of crows. Fair a bit more inland than you prefer, yeah?
He's selling an eyeball?
The dwarf beams. His excitement at meeting a fabled freedom fighter is tempered only by the fretting human keeping him company.
May they have the wisdom to return them here. May they be granted the strength to do what must be done.
Operation Downfall. To people like them, war's a pageant, ain't it? The Queen puts on a show and the peons stand on their neighbours' bones and applaud her pluck. That Lohar, I know the guy. Calls himself an entrepreneur, but that's just a fancy word for thug. Got his finger in every pie in Driftwood. Reckon he's still there. Ain't the trout making that place smell so fishy. Oh, but I've forgotten my manners, and Mama didn't raise no cave troll. Name's Duggan it is. Oh, and this here's Leia. You gotta be sick of that collar. Leia, you can get him fixed up, yeah?
Leia nods her assent with a radiant smile.
Blessed Mother,
Oh?
bringer of magic, I pray for these
You
sorcerers.
didn't bruise your head. Well done, my lad.
Give them your
Gareth is back, all thanks to you. You're so good, so kind, so brave.
May they have the wisdom.
She smiles and hugs you again.
Aw.
What a beautiful day. What a happy day.
My thanks, friend. I can't remember the last time I've seen her smile like that. If there's anything we can do for you, you have only to ask. Well, know that you have my deepest thanks.
And mine. Mine too. Thank you. Divine blessings upon you.
Hey. Collars are gone,
Told you,
y'all.
lass. We'll be heading home in no time.
Gareth's back. He's here to take us home.
The young man has abandoned the maps and now prepares his armor with happy urgency. He sees...
Thank you for finding Gareth, stranger. I owe you. We all do.
Yeah.
I just hope he's found what we need to get past the Magisters. Then we might actually have a chance at surviving this. Now with Sir Gareth back to lead us, and if I know him, he must have found those source weapons, we might actually have a chance.
The young woman twists her hands together to warm them at the campfire, fingernails bitten to the quick. Noticing your attention, she looks up at you like a startled deer.
Sorry I've no welcome drink or anything, but the misery here.
She gestures half-heartedly at the suffering of the shelter's wounded.
I never signed up for this. My sisters and I make trinkets. I tagged along with the Seekers for safe passage to sell them, but most of my wares were lost in the attack. But I did manage to salvage some of our sorcerer sundries. My sisters and I have been working on magical
She clumsily proffers...
Here, our leaflet has all the details you could ever want to know.
Oh, what?
You'll show your mettle soon, Squire.
You'll find Demira in Driftwood and Donna in Arx. Dagmar, well, I don't quite know where she's got herself perched these days. Maybe you'll get to meet all of them on your travels. If you do see them...
Her brow furrows as she looks around the shelter. When she looks...
Just tell them I'm safe. No matter what happens. Goodbye, then, mister.
Anything wrong? You said everything wrong.
Gareth's back. Too late for the wounded. Not one of them
Oh, it's too bad, isn't it?
You're in luck, sorcerer. Gareth's back.
Great to have Gareth back. You'll see.
Oh, this is where we were supposed to... Alright, let's see what this is.
Sir Gareth.
My Lucian's locks are so...
I am the slaver's chain. Carriers, I am death and light.
What's this? I found something. What strange witchery is this?
Dear gods, look at you. Not even a beard like that can hide that sort of ugly. Why's your beard so big, dwarf? Is it to make Becca? Are you still talking? Now, get out of here. And try not to break anything on your way out, you filthy beast. Till next time.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
An illusion.
Life's a
Now,
dream.
this fella must be quite proud of himself.
Ah, clever.
Quite the vision, aren't I? You should go.
Didn't I tell you to leave? You can't...
was even easier than I thought. That was even easier than I thought. Oh, nasty little... That was even easier than I thought. Poor idiot.
Well, it takes one to know one, mate. But it's a riddle, isn't it? I thought you looked... Yeah, sure. Well, nice to meet you.
You see yourself in the mirror. It's quite a sight.
You come to find. You come to search. But you won't find the way. A pity. I cannot help you. I only give the questions. I do not answer them. Brachus has willed it. Trompedoy must abide. You have met the unfortunate guardian of this vault. Judge him with a forgiving heart. Fate has been unkind to him. Do you wish to move forward?
Let's see. I'm gonna, just for expedience sake, I'm gonna look up the answer to this.
Listen closely and make your attempt. Brachus is a bloody, rotten, thieving, very, very awful fellow. Some even call him a cur. A cur is... Either you're very good at guessing, or the slightest... Listen closely, and make your attempt. Source is a scourge, a devil, a misery, a blight, a hex, a curse. And yet, the cure is... Perhaps you're not totally incapable after all. Or maybe Trompedoy told you the answers, is that it? It doesn't matter in any case. The path is open. Go freely. I know little, but you have proven yourself a knowing traveler. I will answer what I can. Brachus Rex discovered the way. This he researched here, upon this isle. He could remove the source from any creature or individual. I saw the stars he used myself. They were most impressive. Brachus Rex has charged him, tried him, convicted and punished him. I know not the crime, but he has been sentenced to remain in this vault for all time and to prevent others from entering. Trompdoy was, and is, a creative man. He knew petty magic in his day, but this he has used to carve this place out from a simple vault, myself included.
Oh, of course.
Open your eyes. Die.
That's plenty.
Cool.
You made it all this way.
He trembles and
I'm cursed, you know. Bloody Brachus bound me here to protect his... As long as the jar stays unbroken, I can never truly die. I don't rightly know. This was the Source King's way. Befriend you, then destroy you. I was a fool to expect I'd be an exception.
Be right back, guys. I gotta go. I gotta go pee-pee.
His favor was intoxicating. That's no excuse, but it is the reason.
the tears flow fast.
I'm sorry.
Oh well. I didn't really like him.
The soul jar stands on its plinth, glowing softly. You see, or rather, you feel, a far-off land. Frozen breath hangs in the air, pine needles brush your cheeks, and in your arms you can feel a weight, a body. Your vision swims. You're older, but the scene twists again. You feel a jolt, and open your eyes to see the soul jar before you, lying still in the vault. Your hand falls from the jar and grips the pillar as you try to...
Lucky find.
The necromancer's memories fade to black, but the feelings remain.
They may have been a necromancer, but they did not feel evil.
No one deserves the fear and pain I felt in that.
One must wonder how many more lives they took, how much more misery the scum caused.
The jar on the plinth before you seems ancient. The pictograms spin to life, and you're dragged into a dream. You see the lizards of the ancient empire turning their backs on you, casting you out into the wilderness. As you roam, the human apes turn away from you, all but one. One smiles, one opens his arms, one says he'll take you home. Brachus Rex. He promises power, for a price. He picks off your golden scales, one by one, stripping you down to the bone. He promised you a crown, but all you got was shackles. You try to fight, try to reclaim what's yours, but a woman takes you by the hand and leads you to a tower. He promised he'd take me home, you cry. You are home, she smiles as she seals the door. This is where you belong. Your hand drops away from the soul jar, your skin prickling. In the back of your mind, you hear a small, scared voice whimper before fading to nothing.
Lucky find.
The long-dead lizard's visions fade.
I can't help but sympathize with him. He just wanted to go home.
One can't help but have a bit of sympathy. Who wouldn't want to...
What he did shames his people.
This jar glitters and glows. From within, you think you can make out the distant sound of laughter. With a jerk, your mind is pulled to a scene in a tavern. You see a dwarf in the center of the room, joking us all around roar with laughter. All bar the zombies, who are slavishly serving food and drink. The door opens, and a tall, beautiful woman stalks into the room. She's flanked by heavily armed guards. You can't make out her words, but see the fear in the dwarfs. The dwarf mutters a word, and the undead lurch towards the intruder, but are cut down like wheat. The dwarf tries to run, pushing her friends into the woman's path, but is grabbed before she can escape. As she's dragged away to a tower, you hear her cursing Brachus Rex and his whore. Even when she's thrown inside and the door sealed, you can still hear her shouts. You pull your hand away from the jar, your head swimming. You can feel the dwarf's cold terror still twisting.
Nice.
The vision fades.
She must have been acting against Brachus Rex for him to have come...
Honestly, making the dead do menial work sounds kinder than having the living do it.
Being locked in a tower was more kindness than any necromancer deserves.
A soul jar rests, but when you touch the glass, your vision wavers. You emerge on the prow of a fine ship. Your flag flies, the vision fades as the soul thrashes, trying in the end, thus imprisoned. You can only... The vision shatters, the soul jar pulses with trap...
Nice.
The jar before you may have looked opulent once, but no longer. Now the soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from... As soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you see a vision of splendor. The vision shifts. You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. You see her, purging wand in hand, standing amongst it all. She throws, a shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. She reaches out as if to comfort, but Brachus drags her back. You see her fall into the mire of the swamp. As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep, longing sadness in your soul. Is it regret, or just sadness for a life that used to be?
Nice.
The terrible vision fades.
Gratiana's life was selfish and hedonistic. No mercy.
Whatever a person may have done in life, they can always be redeemed.
However her life began, it ended well. No one should be damned because of their youth.
The jar before you glows with a blue light. Its appearance flickers and changes. It is at once a brightly colored motley and then a deep gray. You hear roaring laughter and shouts. With a jerk, your mind is pulled to a beautiful palace court. It's filled with cheers, but you can almost taste the fear in the room. You see a jester prance in the court. He casts illusions, playing to his master's cruelty by picking on the weakest in the room. He lives for the laughter and applause. The scene spins. A new face. A new fool to make his master laugh. Don't worry, he's told. You'll always have your place. The door closes, and you see the illusionist in the dark of this dungeon. He's alone, surrounded by gold and deathly silence. Your hand falls from the jar, your skin prickling and cold after the vision. To die down here would be terrible. To live down here for eternity, you shudder at the thought.
Nice.
The visions fade to black, but the memories remain.
I must say, entertaining despots isn't anywhere near as bad as what most people in that court did.
There should be no peace for someone who panders to power. We don't know what other sins he committed, after all.
He should be left to suffer. Leave him in the dark to mull over his own belly button.
Okay, well, anyway.
Can make this work.
He's here to take us home.
We appreciate your hospitality, esteemed Gratiana.
My welcome is yours. And? Have you found them? Did you bring the soul jars? You have? That's wonderful, of course. But tell me, did you see anything else? Did you find any soul jars? Questions? There is no time for questions. Just give me the jar. You don't understand. You couldn't understand. Please, I need it. Please give it to me.
She reaches greedily for the jar. Tearing the cap, you see a green glowing light emerge from the jar.
By Armadia, I feel wet. Oh, Goddess, I can feel your tears upon my face. I suppose you just, but more than his lover. I was his partner. I discovered his power to feed on the source of others. And I allowed it to... No. I made it happen. Not I. They are older than Brachus. Ancient relics from a bygone age. These weapons do not kill, but maim in the most horrible way. With them, you can steal the source of your enemies and make it your own. Yes, he drained as his strength grew, but power changes a man, as he changes his nation. Brachus grew paranoid, angry, murderous. I gave him more and more. The lands outside were once green and beautiful, until I came, until I turned them over to him. Now all's poor. Armadia is merciful. I found this shrine while hunting a band of wizards. I found the goddess weeping for her children, and I wept too.
She pauses for a moment. If she had eyes, you're sure she'd be wiping them.
Through Armadia I saw my sins, and He brought me back from the Hall of Echoes, locked my soul in. I spent far too little time there. Only when two...
She drops the now empty soul jar to the ground.
You have my thanks, brother.
She starts to speak, but chokes back a sob.
Thank you. I can't... I've never known such kindness. Thank you for everything. May you walk forever in Armadia's grace.
We can finally get out of here.
Your eyes brim with inquiries, so ask.
Told you, lass. We'll be heading home in no time.
Blessed Allah, grant these soldiers your protection.
The young man has abandoned.
Thank you. Now with Sagar...
He works fast, checking where...
The blade is thirsty. Now, what can I do to thank you for... Nice doing business with you. I wish I had better wares to offer.
We appreciate your hospitality.
I serve Armadia's grace and her children. Blessed Allah, grant these soldiers your protection. I pray you will strengthen their souls and set their brains at rest. I pray you will bless their eyes, so no curse will harm them. I pray this in your name. I pray this in your name.
It's peaceful here. I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
The proud man has returned, but yours is the pride, is it not? All in this sanctuary rejoice to have Sir Gareth back. You are too modest. You did well. These seekers were blind without their leader, but you returned their one-eyed king. He is a good man. He will try to do well. But my name is Bahara. Like you, I am a... Your chant has no meaning, for you know not of whom you speak. So let us sweep away such ill-starred ignorance. Armadia is the Great Mother. Gratiana, her priestess in this sanctuary, is teaching me her ways. For several years now, I've been her disciple, but she has resided here for... I am forbidden to leave my watch, and there is no need for formality. Gratiana will receive you as you are. The guests, They call themselves Seekers. They're Magisters, of course. The Seekers came... They've heard the Shrieker shriek. I thank the goddess I'm not haunted. To know one's fate is to be fearless. They knew him, but Alexander... It is truly harrowing to know... Have you never heard of... They were living weapons. Turns out the tales are true.
As you wish.
My knowledge is but a pond. Gratiana, it is the laboratory. There are ruins, but his is not a treasure of gold. The nights here are long and lonely. Haunted quag, may Amadia cut.
What word do you bring? I had no doubt. You bring me hope, sorcerer. I'll gather the other seekers and travel to shore. Meet us there as soon as you can.
Gareth's voice echoes throughout the...
We move, seekers. Now is the time to resist. The Lady Vengeance...
Oh, buddy. Oh. My puppers was stretching out, clawing at me. Want me to give him a scratch. Oh, don't got my scratch. Oh, the scratches. Oh, they're so good. Such good scratches. Yes. Of course. Oh, of course. Hang on, there's a... Yeah, that's it. Alright, let's
You cannot stand against the Shriekers, not without stronger weapons than these.
We'll fight them, or we'll find another way.
You would attack the Magisters directly. Are you so eager to die, Seeker? You cannot stand against the Shriekers, not without stronger weapons than these.
We'll find them, or we'll find another way.
You would attack the Magisters directly. Are you so eager to die, Seeker? You cannot stand against the Shriekers, not without stronger weapons than these.
We'll find them, or we'll find another way.
You would attack the Magisters directly. Are you so eager to die, Seeker? You cannot stand against the Shriekers, not without stronger weapons than these.
We'll find them, or we'll find another way. find them, or we'll find another way.
You would attack the Majesty. Are you so eager to die, Seeker? You cannot stand against the truth, not without stronger weapons than these.
We'll find them, or we'll find another way.
You would attack the Majesty, I reckon. Are you so eager to die, Seeker? You cannot stand against the shriekers, not without stronger weapons than these.
We'll find them, or we'll find another way.
Are you so eager to die, Seeker? You cannot stand
Kerban stares at the body of
Magisters. I'll kill.
We'll find them, or we'll find them. You've come. Lucian be praised.
Gareth glances over.
The Shriekers keep watch, and their gaze isn't the only one we should avoid. The murderer is here. Alexander.